Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a pic with Stephen, Mr. Stephen Shamus.
How you doing, my friend? How was your vacation? How was
Wonderful.
your holiday?
I did not get sunburned. Anytime I can go into a sunny place and not get sunburned, it's a great holiday. Fantastic.
I know you have the Irish. You have the Irish.
Kills me.
Irish skin.
Yeah. Big hats.
All right.
Lots of big hats and umbrellas.
So what do we got today, Alex?
Jumping right back into more comics, mainstream, old stuff. We're gonna talk a little Red X.
Red X? I thought Robin was Red X.
Think again. Titans, go!
We're gonna talk about Death.
They are unruly and therefore cannot be ruled. To challenge them is to court death.
Thanos is his favorite lady. Nexus. And then 300, which
Spartans, the finest soldiers the world has ever known.
It's quiet now. They came from the blackness.
Be afraid! Sparta will burn to the ground. The 1,000 nations of the Persian Empire descend upon you.
What must a king do to save his world?
Instead, ask yourself, what should a free man do?
Threaten my people with slavery and death. This is madness. Madness. This is Sparta!
we've never spoken about the comic book.
I know, it's funny, right? It's a lot of this stuff we haven't spoken about. Yeah. Okay, so what do we got first on the list?
Yeah, let's talk about Red X.
Yeah, these books are going crazy, Alex. What is going on here?
Well, I mean, this is one of those like Harlequin, animated series to mainstream comic book universe stuff. Red X was a character in the Teen Titans comic book series. He was a alter ego of Robin, who Robin tried to use this character to infiltrate Slade Wilson's evil layers, and he ended up it came out that Robin was Red X. He had all these like cool powers and this like weird like belt that powered all these like X ring, batarang type things. And then in the cartoon, his outfit's was stolen and someone else became Red X. We really didn't figure it out. But then during the Future State line, they brought the character into the mainstream comic book universe, and it was kind of a mystery who the Red X was. Come to find out, spoiler alert, it is Jason Todd in the Red X outfit. But this character is one of those characters, like, it's been a fan favorite from the cartoon. Like, the first appearance has been around for a long time and has been a pricey book, more now. But it's just one of those, another Batman universe character that doesn't seem to go away.
Yeah, I mean, these are going absolutely crazy. And the first appearance, out of continuity, like you were saying, right, Harley Quinn, is Teen Titans Go. And obviously those are kids' books. Stores like Midtown, they don't really order extra copies. And the people that do buy them tend to destroy them because they're kids' books. Yeah. Very, very, very hard to get in 98. So Teen Titans Go number 23 from November of 2005. There are 12 9.8s. One recently sold for $1,100. They're $175 to $250 raw, Alex. Okay. Yeah. First appearance of Red X in comics out of continuity. There's an 8-page activity book insert included. Jay Torres story, Mike Norton and Larry Stucker art, Sean Galloway cover. Then you have in continuity, Future State, Teen Titans #1. Rafa Sandoval did the cover, March of 2021. So what's interesting is it was 16 years later.
Very long time.
To be in continuity. That's very crazy. There's 149 9.8s. It's about a $60 book. First appearance of Red X in DC continuity. Tim Sheridan story, Rafa Sandoval and Jordi Tarragona art with the Dustin Wen cover. Then there's the Gabriel. So this variant cover isn't that valuable because it's got Wonder Woman 84 on it. It doesn't have the Red X on the cover. The Gabriel Dell'Otto Wonder Woman 84 variant cover, there are 69 9.8s. It's about a $20 raw book. Then there's the Dustin Wen variant cover, 172 9.8s. That's about a $65 cover. That's about a $65 book. The Rafael Sandoval second print is a purple cover, April of 2021. There's 104 9.8s. That's about a $65 book. And then you have the Teen Titans Academy #1 Rafa Sandoval cover. That's May of 2021. So it's 2 months later.
Yep.
349 9.8. So people definitely knew to send that one in.
Yeah, they knew.
That's about a $65 book. Tim Sheridan story, Rafa Sandoval and Jordi Tarragona art with a Jamal Campbell cover. The next one is very, very rare. There's a Jamal Campbell foil convention edition. There's only 3 9.8s. It's a $25 to $35 raw book. And then there's the Jamal Campbell variant cover, 124 9.8s, and that's about a $65 book. So the Teen Titans Go is the big one, Alex. If you could find a copy,
That's a big one. That's a big one.
I just don't even remember. I don't even remember that book.
No, and you're not going to. And I remember I've gotten, when you get collections, you have to get someone that was like, that wasn't a child that was collecting it because they love Teen Titans or they love the TV show or they're just a hoarder and they collect everything. That's the only way to get 9.8s out of these guys because no one was collecting these Teen Titan comics in high grades at all.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know how you'd find one today, quite frankly.
No, yeah. Hopefully someone has it in their collection. And just buy a big collection.
All right, what do we got next? It's not the death you know, by the way.
But it is death. It's all everybody's dying. It's death. Marvel's character death, not DC's character death.
Correct. What is the difference? And this character's picking up too, by the way.
Well, this character, I mean, what when you think about death in the Marvel universe, I think everybody kind of really thinks about it as being Thanos's reason for everything. Death, the character in the Marvel universe, was a character who had kind of been pushing Thanos along from childhood to be the villain he was today. And Thanos is in love with her. That's the whole point of the Infinity Gauntlet. He was trying to get everything together to get her, to make her love him, essentially. And this character's been in Marvel continuity as a character for a long time. But I mean, when you talk about like, the MCU and stuff, I don't know if we're going to see this iteration of the character in the MCU, but the first time we see Thanos in the MCU, he remembers, they're courting death or something like that, talking about Iron Man. So it's definitely something that's been murmured and talked about, and a pretty big character in the Marvel universe comic wise.
Right. So War is Hell #9 from October of 1974. So it's an old book already.
Yeah.
There are 10 9.8s. There are 23 9.6s. There are 17 9.4s. A 9.8 recently sold at $1,400. A 9.2s at $170. It's a Tony Isabel and Chris Claremont story. Interesting combo. Dick Ayers and Frank Springer art with a Gil Kane and Ernie Chan cover.
Nice.
All right. Alex's pick of the week. What do you got?
Well, my favorite show of all time that I didn't go to, Star Wars Celebration, just ended this past week. So a lot of news coming out of there. I think one of the biggest things that I saw is that the Ahsoka series is kind of just being like, it's all over the place. Like all the characters, everything. They finally show a picture of Grand Admiral Thrawn, which is again a big, extended universe fan favorite. I mean, if you go to the comic books, the first appearances are very high. This character is going to be, I think, a big villain in all the Disney Plus series. So it got me wondering, like, so if the comics are picking up, are the books like the original first printing hardcovers? And I think they're still pretty low. You can get an original nice first printing hardcover of Heir to the Empire for about $20-$30. And I think if this character does take off, I think that might be a nice way to look at something to have a collectible that isn't overly priced. A comic book 9.8 of Thrawn #1, you're probably looking at $200-$300. This is a nice book to have on a shelf. You can get a hardcover. You get Timothy Zahn to sign it. Boom, you have a great great collector's item. And especially since in the Ahsoka trailer, she says he's the heir to the Empire, and the book's called Heir to the Empire, and it's the first appearance of Thrawn. I think it's a fun pickup for, that's not going to be super expensive if you're looking for a nice collectible in the Star Wars world. Hardcover novel.
Right. Okay, cool. All right, what do we got next, Alex? These books are picking up too.
Nexus Nexus.
From Capital Comics, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What is this
Now
character?
defunct.
Any idea what's going on there?
I mean, I'm only assuming that this is something that could be picked up at some point. I mean, it was a super long series. It was written by Mark Barron and art by Steve Rude, who is amazing artist, and it ran for like 80 issues or something like that, maybe even more with miniseries. Really cool concept, very easy concept. Probably one of the best lead character names in all of comics. Horatio Hellpop. Gets a powers. Yeah, right.
That sounds like Horatio Hornblower.
Also a great name in all of fiction. Great. Horatio Hellpop. He gets the powers from these alien entities, and the alien entity says he can keep his powers if he kills people per cycle to keep the power, so he doesn't go insane. And who he decides to kill is mass murderers. So you're looking at kind of like a Dexter before Dexter. Exactly. So he uses his powers to kill mass murderers and bad people, and it's kind of a sci-fi series, superhero sci-fi, kind of really before the Dexter stuff. Like this is 80s.
By the way, there was another series called Twister.
Oh, never heard of that. A comic book series?
A serial killer that killed serial killers.
Oh,
Twister.
yeah. Maybe it's not such an original idea.
It was the first time. Yes, it's Twister. By the way, my memory is good, Alex.
It's good. That's good.
Look up Twister from Harris Comics.
Wow.
1992.
Wow. This was yeah. You're right. Jeez. Yeah, killer that killed killers. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Nice
1992.
Yeah.
Pulled that one out, right? All right. So Nexus #1, June of 1981, 13 9.8s, 13 9.6s, $920 is what a 9.8 just sold for. First appearance of Nexus and Sandra Peel, includes poster centerfold, Mike Barron story, Steve Rude art, Paul Galassi, and Steve Rude cover. Then there's a volume 2 #1 from 1983. There's 199. There's actually 11 9.8s and 29 6s. That's about a $325 book in 9.8. Wow. Mike Barron story, Steve Rude cover and art. All right, what are we closing with today?
This little known book, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. It's called 300.
How have we never talked about this book?
I don't know. Because maybe it's so in our minds that it's something that we probably thought we had already talked about it.
Right. So everybody knows the movie with the abs.
It's huge.
The abs.
Yeah, the
what was the main guy? What was the main guy's name again?
Gerard Butler.
Butler. That movie is what launched him.
Launched his career.
His abs were real in that movie, no?
I think his abs are real, but a lot are spray pants. And Cersei was in it. She was the wife. I forgot her name.
Oh, Lena Headey?
Yeah. She was the
Lena Headey.
Yep.
I'm pulling out all the throwbacks today, Alex. You're really challenging.
You got it. You took your, what is it, Ginkgo Balboa? What's good for the memory? Yeah, you take your.
So 300 was the story of the 300 soldiers that took on like the big army, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, the Persian army. I mean, the book and the movie are almost exactly the same, which is fantastic. But that movie it was a huge movie. The special effects, everything, huge movie. But it was all based on Dark Horse comic. I mean, this is one of Frank Miller's Sin City was big, so I think that's why 300 got picked up, and it was bigger than Sin City for sure.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. 300 #1, May of 1998, 6 10.0s, 16 9.9s, 334 9.8s. It's about a $450 book.
Wow.
Frank Miller story, cover and art. The second print, there's 9 9.8s. It's impossible to find. I couldn't find any. That's the one you got to try to pick up somewhere.
Yeah,
could not find any.
Yeah,
couldn't find anything in any condition. So
that's a lot. That's a lot of 9.8s, but that's a lot of 10s too. 6 10s and 16 9.9s. That's high.
Yeah,
that's high.
So that people bought that book when it came out.
Yeah, and it was a cardstock cover, so it's hard. Yeah. It's easy to get 9.8s.
Yeah. All right. Well, we thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the field below. Otherwise, we will see you all next week. Same bad time.
Same bad channel.